Nothing comes out good when you're messing around with bullshit. Nothing. You bring bullshit into the conversation, you bring bullshit into the learning process, you're going to get shit at the end. No matter how you slice it, this is the way it is. You cannot polish a turd. That's the bottom line. And retail bullshit is just that. It puts your mindset on the wrong things. You focus on the wrong stupid shit instead of the principles that make you consistent. Where's the market going next? Not, here's an entry strategy. Why the fuck should I be taking that entry? What's the catalyst, the rhyme and reason why the market should be even going up? Fuck your harmonic pattern targets. I don't give a shit about that. Why should it go up there? Not because there's an overlapping of Fibonacci and bullshit. Elliott wave counts are adding up to this and that, and it's a supply demand zone. No. Who's getting their ass handed to them next? That's what the market's doing. Okay, it's going on a schedule. When volume comes into the marketplace, who's making money right now and who feels the safest? That's what's getting banged next. This is a carnivorous endeavor, folks. You vegans out here, you want to come in here and pretend like everything is love and peace. This is fucking war. It's fucking war. If you're on the other side of my trade and I win, I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel compassion for you. You knew what the risks were when you signed up and you opened your account. That's what the fine print says. You're going to likely lose your fucking money. And you're going to lose it to people that know what they're doing. Me and my students. It's a tuition. Everybody pays it. Everybody pays it. And there's a membership fee that every year you have to pay that too. That's drawdown. Everybody has it. But to be a card-carrying member of this club, you gotta know what the fuck you're doing. An image has nothing to do with it. Listen, folks. A demo. I got almost a half a million people and 200,000 people now on Twitter listen to me blue about shit like this. And 99% of it's been done on a demo. Why? Why are you listening to me? Because you see it working still. You can appreciate the fact that I am not a licensed financial advisor. So I'm not going to put you in live trades. I'm not going to put you in front of an audience of other folks that are watching me do it with a live account, because I'm not going to entice you to do that. I'm not going to represent a broker. I'm not going to tell you to go with a broker. I'm not an introducing broker. I'm not going to go with a funding account. I'm not going to do any of those things. I stay in a gray area that keeps me absolutely 100% safe. And I don't give a fuck who doesn't like the fact that I'm not doing it in a live account in front of you. I'm not obligated to do that shit. Nobody is. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is, but you ain't going to do anything better than me. And some of you have seen proof. You don't need live account. You don't need anything else. You know what you found right now, the resource that you tapped into here ain't costing you no fucking money, is building you up. I'm encouraging you to stick with it, because if you do, time will do its work. But you have to keep showing up. You got to keep doing that part. And give yourself the chance. Really give yourself the chance. How would you feel if your relationship, the person you were with, said, listen, you're going to have to make all my fucking dreams come true in 120 days, or I'm not staying with you. Or you're in a relationship right now, and they come out and say, look, listen, you got to make all my fantasies and all my wild wants and desires to come to pass in this relationship in the next 20 days. Or I'm leaving you. Is that a fair request? Is that a reasonable request? Fuck no. No way. I am coming to you every week, and I'm pouring myself into you. You may not think that you're worth it yet, but I do. Because I know what you're capable of when you can't even see it in yourself yet. I was that 11-year-old boy at 20, needing what I'm trying to be for you. I know what you're looking for. I know exactly what it is, but I'm also smart enough to know that everything that I know isn't going to work for every one of you. You only need one piece of it. The piece that everybody needs to know, though, is how to read the tape, how to understand what price is going to do. Why should these markets go up to this level? Why should it go down to this level? When should it do it? And if it is really there, and that market's likely to deliver to a specific level above or below, where is it that you can capitalize on that move and manage risk and not get stopped out? Or if you do get stopped out, is there a way to get back in and not be over leveraging or pushing it? I'm going to teach you that as well this year. Everything that a trader would want to know, that's what you're going to get from me. You're going to see it on live charts. There's no hiding it. There's no alternative view. There's no plan A, plan B, and whichever one, that's the one we were right about. No safety net. It works or it doesn't, right? But don't shy away from that, because those characteristics that you're bringing in, your personality, those elements are going to be the very things that are going to be an impediment to you doing well. Even the things you think are strengths in your character right now, they're probably going to be the things that cause you to struggle the most. I'm confident in myself. I was confident too. I was overconfident. So much so that I was taking trades without stop losses. And then that day, my account was roasted. So don't think that your strengths outside of trading are going to be strengths in your trading. Many times that's going to be the vice that you fail to. So you have to be humble when you're arrogant. And you have to be confident when you are less than confident in your life outside of trading. You have to turn everything upside down here. Everything has to be on upside down. Everything that you think works doesn't. The things that lead to profitability doesn't. The things that don't readily appear as profitable, that's what we do. When you take a long trade, you put your stop loss below the most recent swing low. Okay. That logic that you think as a retail trader protecting you, that insurance policy, we target that. That's our premise here. We cannibalize those that feel safe. When they put their walls up on their chart, they think that's a fortress protecting them. Like that swing low is going to keep price at bay. When we storm that wall, tear through it, we take their money, we take their trade, we take their liquidity. And in some instances, we take their hope. I don't feel bad for that. I grew out of that. You'll grow out of that too. Everybody in the marketplace is at war with everyone else. This is not a team. All I'm doing is creating warriors. You're all learning how to do combat in these charts. But don't lose sight. Because if you are foolish enough to take something on the opposite end of my trade, and I can take your money, I'm doing it gladly, with no remorse. None. That's how this business operates. And it creates a conundrum for some folks. This is unethical. This is not Christian. This is not what a good person would do. Well, we're given resources. And if we don't maximize those resources, we're being wasteful. And you are learning a skill set. You're learning a mindset. You're learning a process and processes to be able to go in confidently and engage. It does not mean an absolute guarantee that you're going to be profitable without any losing trades or transactions. You're going to. I'm promising you that's going to happen. I'm guaranteeing you that you're going to lose on some of these transactions. It does not and it should not diminish your belief in the idea that the markets book like this. It just means that you brought human frailty into the equation, and you did it wrong. That's how we look at every single loss. Guess what that teaches? Personal responsibility versus, oh, this fucking harmonic pattern. Oh, this so-and-so setup failed me. No. You got stopped out. Who got stopped out? You fucking got stopped out. The trade is unaware. You can't personify the setup. You got to take the root cause back to the operator, the person that pushed the button. Your broker didn't do that. Your spouse didn't do that. Your coworkers didn't do that. I sure as fuck didn't do it. So personal responsibility is yours. You own that. And that's a good thing. That's a strength. Because guess what that teaches you? You can climb out of all of that losing. No matter how long it takes you, drawdown is going to always manifest itself. But the length of time in drawdown will reduce over time. In the beginning, when you're learning how to do this, you'll have periods of drawdown. It takes a little bit more time to come out of that. And over time, you're going to see that managing risk properly, drawdown is unavoidable. You're going to have losing trades. You're going to be human. You're going to do something wrong. You're going to have a case of the ass because your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your boss, you just don't feel good. You want to have a feel good moment. You're going to break the fucking rules. The sign says don't step on the grass, and you're going to walk on the fucking grass. You're going to do things what humans do all the time. They fuck up. You're going to put a trade on knowing damn well you shouldn't have done it. And you're going to fucking regret it. Guess what? That's human. You're going to think you're going to be able to outperform your system, and you're going to fuck up. And that's human. Whose responsibility is it? Yours. Who can you blame? No one. But when you get yourself out of those pickles, it's stupid when you do it, but you also know that, oh, that was a dumb mistake. Let me just fix that next time. I won't do that anymore. I'll do something else. That's human. That's humanity in trading. That's where everybody blows it, because the folks that are not disciplined, when they make those human errors that are going to manifest themselves in anything and everything, no matter what system you trade with, no matter what guru you listen to, whatever your teacher, your mentor, whatever the fuck you want to call it, all of that stuff leads to you doing something as a result. They act as a catalyst. And when we win, listening to our educator or our system creator, we like to do what? Think team mentality. Yes. Thank you, ICT. Thank you, Larry Williams. Thank you, whatever the fuck you want to put at the top of the list, the person you listen and learn from. And when we lose, I'm a fuck up. I can't make this work. No. I don't deserve, any other mentor out there doesn't deserve the credit. When you take on the risk yourself, you manage that risk effectively, and then you profit from it. I don't ever want to glad hand any of that. You fucking earned that. That's yours. You want to peacock around and fucking go on social media, and that's your vice? Fuck it, do it. I don't think that should be the deciding factor for why you are trading, which is most of what the young guys are doing today. But you earned that shit. Peacock around like a motherfucker. Mick Jagger your shit. You got the moves. Move them. Show it to everybody. Who gives a fuck? I'd love to see it. I'm not going to say high five. Yeah, you owe it all to me. Fuck that shit. You took on all the risk. You did the work. I don't deserve, and the mentors out there don't fucking deserve the worship. Stop doing that shit. You did it yourself. You fucking earned it. You did it. So no one fucking co-signs your success. You own that. But there's a flip side to that coin. When you fuck up, you do not fault your mentor, your teacher, your friends and your fucking neighbors in your Discord channel, your Telegram channel, your Facebook group, or your Twitter group. You own it. And that, my friends and neighbors, is very, very painful. Because we all want the insurance policy to be able to say, well, when I lost money, it's that motherfucker's fault. He didn't talk about that in the video. He never said this in his fucking mentorship. He never told me when I should have got out of that trade. He knew damn well it was going to do this. And he didn't say nothing in his Twitter feed. You all want the insurance policy to be able to say, if I lose money, I can always just fault that guy, that person, that system, that approach, that service. When none of that puts your ass in the trade, but you need to be able to be responsible with your own actions. And this generation is not being taught responsibility at all. And that's unfortunate, because that's the number one reason why they don't like me, because I'm telling them continuously in boring conversations that don't feel comfortable listening to. But guess what? Trading is fucking war. It's war. It's not a fucking video game, folks. It's not. It's just going to fucking take your ass and grind it to bits if you let it. So you have to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, psychologically, that you're going to wrestle with yourself a lot. And some of you are going to get this guilty conscience that I got to tell ICT, thank you, or I'm going to be jinxed if I don't say thank you, ICT, because I made money. I'm going to be jinxed. I'm not going to be able to be successful. Stop fucking worshiping. You did something, share it. I love it. I'm not high five, man. You owe to me. You don't owe shit to me. You didn't pay me. I'm here because I want to fucking be here. But I want to see what you do. I want to see it. Not just the good. I want to see the bad, because I want to see how you learn from that shit. I was reading a young lady in the Twitter feed. She said something to the fact that she made a mistake or whatever. And I said, learn from it. Forgive yourself and learn from it. Because in the beginning, I didn't forgive myself. I began to hate myself. And the more hatred I had because I couldn't do it fast enough, it began to manifest itself. And when I would make money, I would become an arrogant prick. And my friends would see it. And one of my friends, who is no longer a friend now, he had the balls to tell me to my face, like, dude, like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like, you're just like us. You're just making money. You're no better than us. We graduated the same fucking year in school. We worked menial fucking jobs. Okay, now you're making money. You think you're better than everybody else. Let me tell you something. That was a kick in the dick. I needed it, but that was really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. Here's a guy that I looked at as like a brother to me. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Dude, what the hell? But that's what a real friend does. They'll call your bullshit. And they'll do it because they want to see you recognize the mistakes you're making. This generation, you don't see people half the time. You're talking to them through social media. So you've got iron balls that you wouldn't say none of that shit if you were face to face with them. And it causes a disconnect socially, but it also encourages you to do things that are toxic. And this generation, unfortunately, has been created to be the worst of the worst. And some of you that are going to do well in this, you're going to see what I mean by that by coming out of whatever the fuck you're involved in right now. The way kids are taught in school today, ass backwards. It's all about feelings and social approval. Listen, folks, there's going to be people out there that don't like you. No matter how nice you are and whatever you want to do, you can give the fucking world to them. They're still going to find fault in you. They're going to tell you you're full of shit, you're an asshole, you should have done it sooner. What took you so fucking long, you asshole? You gave everything away for free. Why didn't you have to fucking make me wait? You should have did this sooner. You're always going to have that. There's assholes in everything. Everything. You're never going to please everybody. You're not going to. So don't let this endeavor be a reason for you to go and say, okay, I want to be successful so I can go out on social media and be approved and accepted by my friends and people I don't even know. Because these people don't fucking give a shit about you. They're not tucking you in bed at night. They're not paying your bills when you fuck up. They're not going to give you a handout. So why does their opinion or their approval of you right now or in the future matter at all? That's not a reason to be fucking trading. And these young boys out here, they're fucking on social media. That's all they're doing. They're catering to something that doesn't mean a fuck. Versus trying to build a life for themselves, find a significant other to have a relationship with, and being happy and content and not giving a fuck who likes them, worships them, thinks that they should have done it better, or isn't doing it as good as the next guy. Fuck all that. You only have one life here. There's no dress rehearsals. And you're going to come into this world like everybody else does without an instruction manual. Because you are a work in progress. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fuck up all the time. The rest of your life, you're going to make mistakes. Every single day, you're making mistakes. The difference is you are comfortable with certain mistakes that you make because you understand that that was probably not the best thing you should have done. And there it is. It's done. It didn't take anything from you except for the nuisance of having gone through it.